Hello, my name is Sylvester Nkongo, and I have a quick question for you. What if I told you that this is a resume? Yes, what you see on your screen right now is a resume. I know you've never seen anything like this. This will completely blow your mind, but this is actually a resume, and I call it the VIP reserved resume. So let me just show you a little bit of it. So take a look here. So that's the resume. Okay, this is how it looks like. I call it the VIP reserved resume. Okay, now if you've been struggling to get job interviews, then pay close attention here. Okay, because in the next few minutes I'm going to show you why this is the most powerful attention hijacking interview getting resume in the world, period. Okay, I checked, there is nothing out there like this. This is unique, this is different. Okay, and this is the most powerful resume you will ever see. I'm going to prove it to you in the next few minutes. But this is what I want to say. If you have a job you want to apply for and you're a little bit worried that, hey, there'll be lots of competition, then pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Now, let me tell you why it's almost impossible to get job interviews with the traditional resume, especially for very, very competitive jobs. Okay, so here's the ugly truth. Years of work experience alone won't make you stand out from the crowd. Now, you agree with me that there are thousands of people out there who have the same experience and qualifications as you do, okay, and who are competing for the same jobs that you're applying for. And also that a certification alone won't make you stand out either, even though that's what certification sellers want you to believe. Yes, I know that's a hard fact to swallow, but it's true. You see, the same certification that was sold to you was also sold to thousands and millions of your competitors for the same jobs. So as you can imagine, getting certified, even though a good thing, never eliminated the competition you set out to eliminate in the first place. So here's what I learned after spending $1,200 and long hours of study to get certified. So 9 years ago, after I got my SPSM Senior Professional in Supply Management certification, I was very excited because I thought, wow, finally I've got the tiebreaker. So I brandished it on my resume next to my name like this. I then sent out tons of this resume to advertise jobs with total confidence that my phone will be ringing up the hook very soon with many job interviews. And then a month went by, nothing happened. Then 2 months, then 3, and then 6, yet nothing happened. My phone didn't ring. I then repeated the same process and sent out another bunch of resume attacks and waited for another 18 months, yet nothing. I couldn't land a single interview. And that was after I had spent hundreds of dollars on books that offered advice on how to write attention-grabbing resumes. Worst of all, this job hunting misfortune was happening to me at a time when I was facing some nasty office politics from my boss. She kept making me endless promises of a future promotion to get me work even harder, while she took all the credits and looked good in the eyes of her boss. I did all of the grunt work and heavy lifting while she took all of the praises and recognition. I found myself delivering tremendous value to the company, but getting paid peanuts in return. And even though I'd spent $1,200 and long hours of study to get my SPS certification, with the hope of standing out from the crowd and landing job interviews so that I could quit my job for a better one, I still felt like I was back to point zero. My debt kept increasing and my salary decreasing. I couldn't make ends meet financially. And that's when I decided I'm not going to give up, but I'm going to research and figure out why some people get job interviews and why most people don't. Now, like I said, there's a huge crowd of job-hungry job seekers out there. And a certification alone won't make you stand out from the crowd. And of course, having the required experience or skills won't make you stand out either. Now, let's face it, for almost every job you're applying for, there are thousands or millions of people with the exact same experience and skills. Yes, I know. Almost every so-called professional resume writer out there will tell you that they can produce an eye-catching resume for you that will get you hired. But after 5 years observing their resume writing processes, I've found most of them are unknowingly missing the point, or are just pretending to be expert, or are flat out lying to you. Making you stand out from the crowd, as most resume writers will tell you, is much easier said than done. And judging from their approach, which I think is completely flawed, I think they are making a huge mistake that's killing most people's chances of landing job interviews. The only way you can stand out from the crowd, if you have both experience and certification, is to package all of that in a way that positions you as the ideal candidate for the job, as described by the job description. because it's only the job description that sets the requirements for the job. Now, I'm going to show you that most of us do not take the time to make sure our resumes are targeted to the job description, or to make sure that our resumes match the requirements of the job description. And I'm also going to show you that only the VIP resume can enable you to communicate and position yourself as the ideal candidate for the job. So let me explain. So every job you're going to apply for will have some sort of job description, right? So here's an example of a job description. Here is an area sales manager job for UPS Nigeria, for example. Now we all know UPS, right? So I'm going to deconstruct this job description. In other words, I'm going to break down this job description to show you the various parts of a job description and to show you what I call laser targeting. I'm going to show you how to target a job description to increase your chances to be called for a job interview. So let me show you something here. So let's read together. So if you look at this job description, so yeah, this first part here just tells you about the company. So it tells you about UPS. We all know UPS, right? UPS is the world's largest package delivery company. So blah, blah, blah. All of this is about UPS. So we're going to call this first part here about the company, right? So that's part one. Okay, so the next part is what we call the job summary. So yeah, it basically tells you summary about the job. Okay, so it says the area sales manager is responsible for volume and revenue growth, blah, blah, blah. So all of this here, we can call everything here up to this point. I'm going to scroll up to this point. We can call all of that this job summary. So that is part two. So part two is called the job summary. Okay, then the next part is what we call the job duties. So these are them here. Okay, so all of this is the job duties. So now what you notice is that these are all of the job duties or responsibilities, and then some of the responsibilities can be considered summary responsibilities. So in other words, this one here provides feedback and models the way. That's a summary responsibility, and under that, these are detailed responsibilities. Okay, so we have two types of responsibilities. We have what we call summary responsibilities. That's part 3 of the job description. And then we have detailed responsibilities. Okay, now the next thing we're gonna know, or the next thing we're gonna look at, is the next section here. So I'm gonna scroll down and show you something. So yeah, it says key competencies: educational qualification, MBA or MSc preferred, and then experience, 5 to 7 years field sales management experience. So all of that, and then also skills and proficiencies. So all of this part here is called candidate requirements. So candidate requirements can be further broken down into educational qualifications, experience, skills, and proficiencies. Okay, so that's the third, that's the fifth part of a job description. So there are 5 parts, but of the 5 parts, only 3 of them are most important to us, and those 3 are the summary responsibilities, the detailed responsibilities, and the candidate requirements. Those are the things we want to target on the job description. Those are the things we want to demonstrate that we have. Because think about it, in a job description, they have responsibilities. You have to if you're applying for the job, they want you to show them that you can perform those responsibilities, or that you've been able to perform those responsibilities in the past. Okay, they also want that you should demonstrate that you have the required candidate requirements. So they want you to demonstrate that you have the educational qualifications, that you have the experience, and that you have the skills and proficiencies. They want you to show that. Okay, and that's where the VIP resume comes to play. I'm going to show you something here. So let's take this VIP resume here. Now I'm going to show you step by step. So the first part, which is the most important part of the VIP resume, is what we call the headline. So this headline is what grabs their attention immediately. So yeah, we are going to assume that we are applying for a job at a company called International Luxury Hotels, and we're going to also assume that the name of the position is Managing Director. Okay, so this candidate is saying that discover why I won big company's best performing MD award in October 2016, plus 16 reasons why I'm most probably the kind of managing director you're looking to hire for International Luxury Hotels. Now this statement does 2 very important things. First of all, we know that they are looking for managing director. So the candidate is saying that they are an award-winning managing director. So they are saying that discover why I won big company. A big company can be any company. It's like the candidate's previous company where they worked. So discover why I won best MD award, best performing MD award at big company in 2016, plus 16 reasons why I'm most probably the kind of managing director you're looking to hire. That does two very important things. One, it tells them that, hey, I am an award-winning candidate, and two, I have 16 reasons to share with you why you should hire me for this position, okay, or why you should interview me. So this statement, it's very, 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 very powerful. Now, if you don't have an award, then you can forget about this first part and you can just use the second part here. You can just say, discover 16 reasons why I am most probably the kind of managing director you're looking to hire. So again, there are formulas for writing this kind of headline. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you that I've put in place a book that tells you how to use those formulas. That shows you the different formulas you can use to write headlines. But for now, I just want to walk you through all of this so that you can understand why this is very powerful. So that's the first part, and that's the most important part. We call it the headline, the attention hijacking headline, because it really hijacks the attention of the hiring manager or the recruiter. Now, let me show you the next thing. So the next thing is, remember we just said here that, hey, there are 16 reasons, right? That I'm probably the kind of person you're looking for. So the reason number one, the candidate says, reason number one, I have 13 years experience. Now, remember, reason number one is targeting the experience requirement. If you go back here, you're going to realize that under candidate requirements, one of the requirement is the requirement for experience. So we are demonstrating through this VIP resume. Now, of course, this VIP resume is not targeting that area sales manager job at UPS. I am just using those as examples. So for every VIP resume, there will be a certain job description that we are targeting. I'm just showing you some parallels just to make you understand that this is actually a sample of the VIP resume. But if we're supposed to make a VIP resume for that area sales manager at UPS, we want to first of all start by talking about the experience requirement. So we tell them that, hey, reason number one, I have the required experience. I have 13 years experience. And then you don't just say, hey, I have the 13 years experience. You have to demonstrate it. Now, the way you demonstrate it is very simple. You just tell them about the different positions you've held. Okay. So that's what we've done here. We'll give them the different positions that demonstrate that we have 13 years experience. Now, the next thing is reason number two. We say reason number two, I know how to grow sales. Now, this statement here, I know how to grow sales, is one of the responsibilities. So basically what we do is that we go to the job description and we pick one of the responsibilities. Okay, so for example here, it says drive sales growth. So we can just simply say, I know how to grow sales. Now, is that enough? No, it's not enough. So when you say, I know how to grow sales, you've gotten their attention, but you don't just end there. After you get their attention with that statement, you have to prove it. So you do that by saying, by giving them an example. So you say example, and you say, as managing director, okay, at any company Inc., I've built a network of clients as follows. And you tell them all what you've done in bullet points, and you also give them the figures and all of that. Okay, so that's how you do it. So that's how you demonstrate that you meet the responsibility requirement. So you pick the responsibilities and you do that for each of the reasons. So each of the reasons we target a certain responsibility. So I'm going to show you another example here. So the second one says, reason number three, I can always come up with creative ways to grow sales and increase profit. That's another responsibility on the list of responsibilities that you pick and you demonstrate that you can do it. And again, you give another example, and so on. So that's how you demonstrate that you have the responsibilities. So what else do we have to demonstrate? I'm going to show you here. So the next thing we want to demonstrate is educational qualifications. So how do we demonstrate educational qualifications? I'm going to show you. There are two ways we do that. So if I go to the VIP resume and I go to the first page here, so pay attention here on the right hand side. There are some interesting things on the right hand side. So we put the name of the candidate here on the right hand side, we put their present position that they are holding. We put the start date and the end date, and we put their phone number and their email. But we put the logo here. Now, if you are working for a very prestigious company, you want to put the logo of that company on your resume, because when they see it, when the prospective hiring manager sees it, it immediately catches their attention. So let's assume that you're working at FedEx and you're applying for UPS. If you put the logo of FedEx here, boom, it catches their attention. Okay, not only it makes your resume looks very attractive, but it also grabs attention because the FedEx logo is an international recognized logo and it grabs the attention. Now, even if you're working at a local company, so long as that company is known in town, is known in that locality where you're applying, it will still get their attention. So it doesn't have to be FedEx or a big company. Okay, so you get the point. That's the first thing. Next thing I want to show you is the award here. Now, remember, we said here that you won Best Performing MD Award in October 2016. So you have to also demonstrate it. In the VIP resume, everything we say, we prove it. So we have to put an image of that award here. So Best MD Award for increasing active sales subscription by 52%. So yeah, we said he increased active sales subscription by 52%. So this certificate, this award certificate is proof that this actually happened. So we put it on the resume, and it reassures the hiring manager, okay, this candidate is saying the truth. This is real. So that's the first thing. That's the next thing. The next thing, remember I told you that what we want to demonstrate here is actually educational qualifications. So I went off a bit, but I want to come back there. So how do we demonstrate educational qualifications? We do that again through the VIP resume here, still on the right column. So we mentioned, so remember they are saying that you should have an MBA. So we put all of our certifications that we have on the right hand column here. So we are certified 6 Sigma, we put it here. And if we have an MBA, we put it somewhere. I'm going to show you. So this is we put the MBA certification here. So MBA certificate, Masters of Business, we also put it there so that they can see. Then another area where we demonstrate that we have the certification is here. So reason number 15, we say I've acquired valuable functional knowledge and skills from my education and professional training. So we now put all of the certifications that we have. Masters of Business Administration, MBA, University of Prestige, we put that. Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, we put that. Associate Chartered Accountant, we put all of these certifications we have, we put those there. So that constitutes another reason, which is reason number 15. Remember, we're talking of 16 reasons. So we give them all of the reasons why they should hire us. So that's how we do it. Okay, so hope that's very clear. Now, what other thing is left to be demonstrated? I'm going to show you here. The next thing we want to demonstrate is what we call skills and proficiencies. How do we demonstrate that we have the required skills and proficiencies? I'm going to show you that also. So let's go to the job description again. If I scroll down, you will see skills and proficiencies. These are the skills. Now, skills are things, abilities you have, capabilities. Okay, so you have experience, but those experiences are made up of things you've actually done, and you did those things using your capabilities or your abilities or your skills. So for example, when they say you need to have negotiation skills, you have to demonstrate that you've done things in the past where you actually applied your negotiation skills. Or if they say you need to know how to conduct competitive analysis, you need to talk about experiences in the past that you've been able to apply your competitive analysis skills. So I'm going to show you an example of how we do that with the VIP resume. So let's take this VIP resume again. So I'm going to show you here. So now pay attention to this statement here. From all of this statement here, I'm going to read all of that. Pay attention as I read it. So reason number 2, I know how to grow sales. As managing director or CEO at any company Inc., I've built a network of clients as follows. I amplified the network of institutional clients from 13 to 105 with active sales subscription of 76%. I also increased the number of private acquisition from 114 to 382 with active sales subscription of 52%, totaling 280 units sold in 12 months. Now, pay attention here. This is where it gets really, really, really exciting. I look forward to the interviews to explain how the above results were driven by my various strengths, which include but not limited to my good knowledge and experience in the real estate sector. Now remember, this VIP resume is actually targeting another job, okay, and that job is in the real estate sector. Again, I'm just using this area sales manager position at UPS as an example. So pay attention here. So it says, first of all, it outlines some of the accomplishments here, and then below here it says, okay, I look forward to the interviews to prove to you, to explain how the above results were driven by my various strengths, which include but not limited to my good knowledge and experience in real estate. So remember, if you are saying that I have good knowledge and experience in real estate, that is actually coming from the job description. It's one of the skills requirement. And when you say my profound knowledge of real estate investment fund generation, that's also one of the capabilities, okay? And then my ability to develop sales and marketing plan and budget, my great leadership and management skills, all of those are skills. In other words, they are things like this here. So we could say something like, I achieved those above results thanks to my negotiation skills. We could say that, okay? Or you could say, I applied my service, product, and customer technology knowledge to negotiate the deal. So that's how you actually inject, you pick some of the skills and proficiencies from the job description to insert it to demonstrate that you actually have those capabilities. Now there are formulas for doing all of that. I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to show you how you can write these things, even if you hate writing, even if you consider yourself a very poor communicator. Okay, so and that is one of the secrets I'm going to be showing you here. So there are actually 3 secrets that I'm going to be walking you through. So that's why the VIP reserve resume gets job interviews. Now with the traditional resume, it's usually a one-size-fits-all resume that we have somewhere, right? We have it in our computer, and we look at a job description. Let's say we see a job description like this one here, and we just read through the job description, and in our mind we say, wow, I'm an area sales manager at FedEx, meaning I can also be an area sales manager at UPS. So, well, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that, and I can do that, yeah, I can do that. And then we take our resume. All of that is going on in our mind. We've not taken time to actually write or demonstrate in our resume that we can do those things point after point. We've not taken time to actually spell out that we can actually do each of those responsibilities before applying for the job. We just take our resume from our hard drive. Maybe the last time we actually updated that resume was like maybe 8 months ago. We just take it and we just send it to the job. In our mind, we know we can perform the job, but on the resume, it has not been demonstrated. We apply for the job, we sit back, we wait, our phone doesn't ring, and we wonder why we don't get job interviews. That is because our resume is not targeted to the job description, okay? So you can now see why when someone gets a job interview following the traditional approach, it's more of a very rare or lucky occurrence than it's normal. It's more of a random event, like in the odds of winning a lottery, than it is by design. And sadly, that's the approach 99% of people follow. No doubt they struggle, they apply for jobs 100 times without getting job interviews. And that's what gets me annoyed. So today, as I speak to you, there are millions of people out there who are being denied the success they deserve by the so-called resume writing gurus who stick to the old approach despite it not working. Talk about the famous definition of doing the same old thing and expecting a different result, okay? So, well, if you keep on doing the same old thing, this is what's going to happen. You're going to send out tons of resumes without job interviews. You're going to miss out on good job opportunities. You're going to spend hundreds of dollars on cookie-cutter resume writers, and you're going to get stuck at a job you hate, doing work you're not well paid for, and finding it difficult to live the lifestyle you truly deserve. And on top of that, you would have spent thousands of dollars and thousands of hours of study to get certified. Like I said, I've been there before, and that's what keeps me annoyed. And that's why I went to work for almost 3 years to finally create something that works as a way of stopping the wallet bleeding and the time wasting that most people experience when searching for better paying jobs. Now, when all of this is summed up, it's like throwing away a basket full of money. Okay, now I know you may be wondering, and you may be asking, hey Sylvester, do you mean that for every job I want to apply for, I need to target my resume precisely for that job? Well, my answer is yes. Okay, but there's a way to do it. Now I know that you'll be looking at all this and say, hey, that's a lot of work. How would I have time to do all of that? Like I said, there is a way of doing that, and it's one of the 3 secrets I'm going to be sharing with you. Okay, so secret number 1 is how to list or target every job description you want to apply for, so that you get called for the job interviews, but at the same time without having to redo your VIP resume all from scratch before applying each time. Secret number 2 is how to write powerful attention hijacking statements. Remember those statements I showed you on the VIP resume, those powerful curiosity arousing statements, those fascinating statements that gets a hiring manager hooked on your resume. How do you write those powerful attention hijacking, curiosity arousing, fascinating statements, even if you hate writing and even if you consider yourself a poor communicator? I'm going to show you that. Secret number 2. Secret number 3 is how to create your VIP resume quickly and easily without having to design everything from scratch, without having to design your own template. I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's start with secret number 1. So how to list or target every job description you want to apply for, so that you get called for the job interviews without having to redo your VIP reserve resume every time from scratch. Okay, so let me show you. So as you can imagine, I get calls from many people who want to create VIP resumes for them. So I created a program called the Guaranteed Job Interviews Program, where we work with clients who are very busy. Now, these are super busy people who are very occupied by their jobs, to the point where they don't even have time to search for jobs and to apply for them. When these people find jobs they want, they don't even have the time to adjust their resume to match the job description, just as I've shown you. So I created this program as a way to help these people with their job search and their job application process, and we do everything for them. So I created a team of certified VIP resume writers to work in this project with me. So we do everything for the client. So we search for the jobs for the client, we search for the kind of jobs that matches their profile, we create several VIP resumes and cover letters, and we apply for these jobs. And we do this over and over again until they get job interviews and they get hired, and they pay us every month for a 12-month period, and during that 12 months we guarantee them a number of job interviews or their money back. Now, as we were doing this, we came across a challenge. So there are times when we have a VIP resume that's already done for a previous job, and we have a present job we want to apply for, and we realize that, hey, this job we want to apply for, the deadline is very short, so it's like 12 hours away or 24 hours away, so we don't have time to really like do a great adjustment on the VIP resume. So I asked myself, like, okay, how can we adjust the VIP resume? How can we retarget it each time we're applying for a job without making any major changes? How can we make it super easy and fast and snappy? So that's when I went to work and I found something that worked, and we tested it and it worked like crazy. And it takes just about 10 minutes to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. Let me go to the VIP resume and show you something here. So remember this VIP resume. I'm going to take an example here. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down here. So let's take reason number 4, for example. It says, I can initiate and drive organizational change that's geared towards a high performance culture. So that's a responsibility from a previous job we applied for. Now let's assume that we want to apply for this UPS job here. So I'm going to take the UPS job, and let's say one of the responsibilities is this one here: manages and develop others. Now if you take it, if you take note, manages and develops others is similar to this one here, which is initiate and drive organizational change that's geared towards a high performance culture. So if you want to make people perform at a high, if you want to increase the performance of your people, it's just like managing people. So if we already have an example here that addresses building a high performance culture or driving organizational change, we can use that example, or what we can replace is the responsibility. So I realize that if we've already done things in the past, all we can do is keep that example, but just retarget just target the new responsibility. So all we need to do in that case is to replace this existing responsibility from the previous job with the one from the new job. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example. So all what we need to do is go here on this VIP resume. So this is the Word version of the VIP resume. So I'm just going to go there, and then I'm going to go to the responsibility. I'm going to copy this. Okay, so we can copy that and then go here and then select all of these. Okay, and then we'll just go to special paste on formatted text, and we paste it there. So now we just do a little bit of editing. So I'll say something like, I know how to manage, so I take out the S, manage and develop others. So I know how to manage and develop others, and then now your example stays the same, nothing changes. If you like, you can do just a few editing of the example, but again, you don't need to do any. We've tested this and it works very well. So all you need to change is the titles of the responsibilities. So you replace the equivalent responsibilities are equivalent to each other, and that can take you 5 to 10 minutes and you're done. So that's how easy you can retarget your VIP resume without having to redo the entire resume altogether. And another area we can change is actually remember the headline. We can change international hotels to, we can just say for UPS Nigeria, and then we can change the position here from managing director. We can change that to area sales manager. Area sales manager. Okay, so as easy as that. So that's how. And then it may not be 16 reasons this time, it may be maybe 7 reasons or 8 reasons, depending on the number of responsibilities you are targeting. So that's how you adjust your VIP resume, and within 10 to 15 minutes you're done and you can apply for the job. So if you have a job that is due in a couple of hours, like 8 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours, that's how you can cope with actually making sure that your VIP resume is targeted to the job description, and at the same time without spending so much time doing the adjustments. So that's secret number 1. So let me go to secret number 2. Now, secret number 2 is how to write powerful, attention hijacking, curiosity arousing, fascinating statements, even if you hate writing, and even if you consider yourself a poor communicator. Now, I'm going to tell you a story here. So when I started creating VIP resumes for clients, we started getting more and more success. So people were getting job interviews like crazy and landing big time jobs. Now, if you look below this video, you're going to see a lot of case studies. You're going to see a lot of proof of success from the VIP resume. So as we're getting more and more clients, I couldn't handle it alone. So I created a training called the VIP Resume Certification Program to train ordinary folks who hate writing, and most of whom even consider themselves poor communicators. So I had to train these guys, so that I had to get them to my level. I had to teach them copywriting. I had to make them write these kind of powerful statements. Now, I had to transfer my copywriting skills to these people, and I asked myself, what is the easiest way to simplify this stuff? So that's when it hit me. I had to come up with some formulas. Okay, so formulas where people can simply just fill in the blank spaces, and then boom, they come out with their own fascinating statements, so that anybody, even if you are a poor communicator, you can do this. So that's how I created this training, and I created these formulas. I'm going to show you how they look like. So in my book, all of this is there for you to use. So there is a template like this. So you have the formulas here on the left, and you have examples on the right, and there are 10 formulas. So this is formula number 1, they can do it formula, and then you have formula number 2, can do it plus requirements. You have the formula here on the left, and then you have an example on the right that shows you how to use the formula. And then you have formula number 3, you have the formula here, and then you have examples. So with the formula, if you look at these brackets here, you just have spaces to fill. So when I say reference, position held, and name of employer, you just need to put the position you held and the name of the employer. And then when I say reference, prove that you can do it, you have to insert the proof that so all of that is just a fill in the blanks kind of formulas. And then on the right hand side you have examples, very easy to use. So there are 10 formulas there on that worksheet, and all of that is included in the book. Like I said, I've put together a book that shows you how to create a VIP resume from start to finish, and you can get that book right here at a very, very ridiculous low price. So it's very, very affordable. So I want you to get that book. I want you to get a downloadable copy of that book and start doing your VIP resume today and start getting job interviews. Okay, so that is my way to start a new relationship with you. And the best way I can do that is to offer you something of tremendous value at a ridiculous low price, so that when you see how powerful this is, you would like to do business with me in the future. You would like to purchase my other expensive programs. You would like to maybe purchase my interview preparation program and all other kinds of things that I sell. So I'm just giving you here as a welcome to our relationship, and for many good things to come in the future. So get the book, do your VIP resume, and start getting job interviews. And I can't wait to hear your success story. I can't wait for your success story to feature on this page. Okay, so get the book and you won't regret it. Okay, so let me talk. So that's secret number 2. Secret number 2 is how to use these formulas. Secret number 3 is how to create a VIP reserve resume quickly and easily without having to design your own template. So you don't have to design your own template. I already have a Microsoft Word template that you can use, and I have a little application that you can use to generate your own VIP resume quickly, just by a few clicks of the mouse. So with that process, you can use my template and you can generate your own VIP resume, and you can just replace things that are there with yours and quickly, and so that you can get your resume off the ground and ready to go. So get the book, do your VIP resume. I look forward to hear your success story. Now there's a recent update to this video. So now there is now a video training course alongside the book. So it's not just the book alone as previously. Now you can get the book and the video training course at a huge discount today and start doing your VIP resume. So this makes it super easy for anyone to create their own VIP resumes by themselves. And also, if you want to get 6 job interviews in the next 12 months, read the letter below this video. That letter gives you details about my guaranteed job interviews program. This program is for highly experienced and qualified professionals only. These are professionals who are super busy and who may not have the time to use the book and the video course to create their own VIP resumes by themselves. In that case, me and my team of VIP resume writers are ready to help them do this. And because we guarantee that you will get 6 job interviews in the next 12 months or your money back, we choose to work with only a small group of highly qualified professionals on invitation only. So you have 2 options. Option 1 is to do it yourself using the book and the video course, and option 2 is to apply for the guaranteed job interviews program to see if you qualify. Again, all the details are below this video. Check it out and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks.